Hello friends, this is actually the last day of the challenge, but I forgot to film an introduction. You're probably gonna hear screaming because it is Super Bowl Sunday. But anyway, this is one of those really fun challenge videos that have been going around the book community for a few years now, where I read 1 hour a day for a week, and it has its ups and downs in this video. I come to a lot of revelations about my reading. Anyway, that's what this video is about, and I hope that you enjoy it. Hello, it's Sunday, February 6th. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that. So I didn't read this morning, but I'm definitely going to read either this afternoon or tonight. And then I'll update you probably tomorrow about how I did if I do read at night. If I read in the afternoon, then I'll update you again. As you can see, I just showered. So I'm getting ready to go actually leave the house and run errands, as well as going and grabbing some lunch. So I probably won't read until later in the afternoon, which is a better time for me to read anyway. So I'm actually in a really weird space where I'm not reading anything right now. I just finished a book last night. So I'm not in the middle of any books right now. So later today, when I get back from running my errands, I think I'm going to take you through some of my books to read. I am participating in Blackathon, and I have a few books that I want to read for that. So I think I might do like a little try a chapter tag of them, and then I'll get back to you about what I chose. Good morning. So it is 9:40 on February 7th, and I have read for maybe 20 minutes this morning, but I actually am here to update you about last night because yesterday I ended up deciding to finish editing a vlog, and I was getting it prepared to upload for this morning. So I did not read till late last night, so I have not been able to update you about my reading progress from last night. I tried a chapter of all 4 of these books because they are on my Blackathon TBR. So the book that I decided to move forward with last night and read for an hour was Long Division by Kiyosa Layman. This is described as having like contemporary Southern Gothic / Murakami-esque magical realism. And the cool thing about this book is that you read it one way and then you flip it and you read it this way. So there's actually 2 separate stories in here, and I think they're both like 130 something pages. I really like this. It's pretty funny, and it's like a very quick read, and I love Kiyosa Layman's writing style, so this has been working really well for me, especially because if you've seen my last vlog, my fantasy romance vlog, I had talked about how I was kind of going into a reading slump before I started reading fantasy romance. So this is the first book that I've read that hasn't been a fantasy romance in a few weeks. So it's nice that I actually did get pretty far into this. I got 91 pages into it. So I've only read for 20 minutes today. So I'm gonna go downstairs and like make some tea or something and finish reading for the hour, because last night was an anomaly. I do want to read in the mornings. I just have a little more time in the morning, and at night I'm just weird. I like to watch people's videos like as I'm relaxing. Hello. I'm in the parking lot of my job, and I actually have to go in like 10 minutes, so I'm gonna make this pretty quick. But I did hit an hour of reading today. But you know, I'm not saying I don't want to read in the morning, because I do enjoy reading in the morning. I especially like listening to audiobooks in the morning because I like do my routine and listen to audiobooks, and it's really nice, and I feel like it makes me feel better during the day. But this challenge isn't really for me to just read an hour a day. It's more to make time, like structured reading in my life. And I think I'm gonna go home tonight and read for another hour because I want to see now if I like reading better at night instead of watching videos or something. And then if I'll actually read for a longer amount of time. Because last night I was a little distracted just because my video was about to go up. So I was a little more distracted and not in a mood to read, to be honest, and I kind of just forced myself through reading last night. But I'm like really in a reading mood today because I'm liking everything that I'm reading, which I think I showed you earlier. I'm reading Long Division, and I usually have like an hour break at work, so I brought Friday Black because I've been reading one story in here a day, but I'm behind. And I brought Ray Bear because you'll see in a video coming soon. So I think on my break, I'm gonna try to read physically something, even though I did bring my headphones. So technically I could continue listening to Long Division, but we shall see. I have no idea why this is my new like update spot for this vlog, but here we are. It is February 8th at 12:44, so this is a little bit of a late check-in. I had to do some work this morning for my other job, and yeah, so I was doing that this morning. I did end up reading right when I got up. I read a little bit more of Long Division, and so I don't actually know what page I'm on because I think I mentioned in the beginning that Long Division has two sides and you actually are supposed to read them simultaneously. Like you're supposed to get 5 chapters into one side and then flip and do 5 chapters in the other. So if I can do math, I'm like 158 pages into this book. Anyway, I'm having a really good time with this book. It's really good. This vlog is not about me telling you what all of these books are about, but yesterday, weirdly, I read a lot, which is kind of nice because today I'm not as in the reading mood as I was yesterday. But anyway, I ended up starting Ray Bearer. I've only read about 30 minutes and I'm like not really in the mood to read anymore, but I'm gonna force myself. I also have a late shift at work today because once a week all the librarians have to do one late shift because our library closes at 9. So today is my late shift, but I am off on Wednesday, Thursdays. So I technically could stay up after I get off and continue reading. Hello, it's another car update. It's really busy in this parking lot, but I wanted to update you because I got new glasses. I feel weird in them right now, but we'll see. I'm actually updating because I did officially read for an hour today. It was like right at the hour mark. I've been listening to Long Division on audiobook. I found the audiobook, so I've been listening to that. And I'm almost done. I think I have an hour and a half left of the audiobook, but I am learning something. So I need to be more strict about scheduling the time in which I read the hour because I am so good at wasting time. Like I am a queen at wasting time. I can waste time better than anybody ever to exist. I'm very good at wasting time. But what I'm finding is instead of dedicating an hour of some portion of the day, I'm just like, oh, I'll listen to 20 minutes here and 15 minutes here. And when I'm in the car, I'll read another 10 to 15 minutes. And then when I'm like getting ready for the day, I'll read like 30 minutes, you know, stuff like that. And that's not really what I want this to be. Like I want to dedicate an actual hour to reading. And I feel like in the mornings, I just get really distracted. And I thought it would be a better time for me because I just thought it would be. I have a lot more time in the morning because I don't go in to work super early. And I have like a few dedicated hours to myself before I have to actually get ready and go to work. Yeah, it's not working for me. You know, something that's weird about being a person besides the whole experience of existing is that in another part of your life you may have been a certain way, like had certain habits years ago, right? So like one of my habits years ago was that I was always a night reader. Like I would get into bed early. Well, I just love laying in bed, to be honest. If I'm honest with you, I love laying in bed. I used to just like get into bed early, snuggle up, and then I would read for hours. Like dedicated reading, wouldn't even look at my phone. Like I was reading, right? But now I feel like I've really lost my passion for reading. Like, I love to read, obviously. What are we doing this for if I didn't like reading? But I feel like I've lost my excitement for reading in so many ways. I just think about myself back a few years ago and how I was always so excited to start a new book, and I dedicated so much time to actually reading those books, and I was so just excited. I was excited, but I think I was also excited about life. And you know, in this Panera, it's been really hard to get excited about anything. I can't find the same enthusiasm about things as I did before, which makes me sad, but I'm recognizing it more now than in the beginning of all of this. At least I'm recognizing it more now than I did in the beginning of this Panera, because I really struggled with that. I really struggled with my apathy about things. So yeah, I think this is going to be a turning point in this experiment, but I really am going to dedicate some time at night to get into bed early and read and try to do what I did a few years ago. I'm rambling. I have to go to work. Anyway, my update is new glasses, new attitude, read an hour today, might try to read tonight. We'll see. Good morning. It is 10:10 on February 9th. I am pretty sure yesterday at one point I said that it was Wednesday. Yesterday? No, it's Wednesday today, not yesterday. So we are now at the halfway point. Okay, so the reason that I'm updating is because yesterday, after my mental breakdown in the car, I actually did decide to come home that night and read. I read in bed. I did what I said. That rhymes. I did what I said. I decided to carve out some time after I had a snack after work. I decided to get into bed a little bit earlier than I do on a later night at work. And I started reading Ray Bear, which I had started at work on Monday, but I only got like 5 pages into it. And last night I read to chapter 4, which is 31 pages. And when I got in the momentum of reading and like not trying to sit on my phone while I'm in bed and distracting myself, I got super into it. The only reason I stopped was because I started falling asleep. And I'm happy to say that when I carved out that time, when I told myself I can't be on my phone, I can't distract myself, I'm just gonna sit here and read this book, I actually got really absorbed into it, and I didn't even try to touch my phone. So maybe I can still be that nighttime reading girl. Maybe I still have it in me, because I really enjoyed having that time. So I'm gonna try to go to bed earlier tonight. Since it's my day off, I can get into bed earlier because I don't have anything stopping me from going to bed early except for me. I am my worst enemy. Anyway, I have not read today. I mean, to be honest, I'll probably read on and off all day today, but I think I'm gonna only update you about my dedicated hour of reading. Like, I think this is transforming. This is transforming into something different. It's where I read for a dedicated hour and not just an hour a day, right? We changing things halfway through? Yeah, we are. Good morning. It is 9:29, almost 9:30 on February 10th. I changed my phone screen background because I actually didn't really like the other one, but I was too lazy to find another phone screen background. So, tragedy has struck. I didn't read for an hour yesterday. I read for 30 minutes. I definitely read for 30 minutes. I got into bed and I started reading and I was like falling asleep while I was reading. So I was gonna try to push myself to an hour, but I knew I wouldn't really even remember anything in the book that I was reading. So what was the point other than to try to complete this challenge? So technically I have failed, but I'm gonna keep going. But I did have a really good day yesterday. I hung out with Christine for most of the day. Christine from the Roomies Digest. We went to Barnes & Noble and IKEA, and it was a really fun time. So I don't regret anything, although I said I was going to read at night, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, maybe things are going to shift again, because today I don't really feel like doing anything. I just want to be as lazy as possible today, to be honest. Which means I'll probably listen to an audiobook, and that will likely be Long Division by Kiese Layman. So yeah, I'll probably finish that. because I think I only have an hour and a half left of the audiobook. And then I don't really know. I'll probably continue Raybearer, maybe, or start another book. I'm in the middle of so many books right now. Hello, good morning. It's February 11th, which is actually, am I saying? It is February 11th at 9:09, and today's actually my brother's birthday, so I need to call him soon. But first, an update. I actually read for like 4 hours, I want to say, because I finished Long Division, which I had an hour and a half left of the audiobook, and I'm giving this a 3.5 stars. I think it's really fun to read an author's nonfiction and their fiction, because obviously creative writing is a lot different than nonfiction writing, and so it was cool to see Kiese Layman's range of writing. And then I continued with Raybearer, which I think that I read a total of like 60 pages of Raybearer, and I was in a really weird mood yesterday, probably because I was tired and it was making me really grumpy. If I'm honest, I get in really weird moods when I'm super tired. So I was like, I need something light. I need something fun and fresh. So I thought that would be the perfect time to start Actor Age Eve Brown. So I ended up listening to that for an hour, and then last night before bed. And then I went to sleep, and I actually had a decent night's sleep. It wasn't the greatest because my head has been hurting a lot, but it's better than it has been. I know everybody says like, don't use screens before bed, but you know what? I'm living my life. Okay? I'm gonna live my life. Anyway, I don't know why I'm going on this rampage. I read for like 4 hours yesterday. Those are the things that I read. Today, I feel like I'm gonna fail. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Today is a really weird day for me. I have a couple of meetings at work, and one of the meetings is like a pretty big meeting for me personally and like my career, which is weird to say, career. Who am I? Who the fuck? Yeah, it's like a pretty big meeting for me, and I'm really nervous about it. So unless I can like make up that time when I get home, it's possible that I can get my hour in, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not in the mood to read anything right now. I don't even know if I could focus on anything right now. So I think I'm gonna call my brother, although it's a Friday, so he's at work. Maybe I shouldn't call him. I'll text him and see what he's doing. I don't know why I'm giving you a play-by-play right now. I'm gonna go. Hello. I'm literally sitting on the ground in the weirdest spot because there's really not good lighting, but there's lighting here. But I needed to update you because I have not updated you since yesterday morning when I was saying that I was having a really anxious morning and I probably wasn't going to be able to read, which I absolutely didn't read. But the day ended up turning out to be a really good day. So before I went to bed, I decided to start The Weight of the Stars by Kay Ingram. And I think I definitely read more than an hour. I'm pretty sure I read for almost 2 hours because I couldn't stop. And I've been reading it all day today, on and off. Like at work, on my breaks, I was reading it. Before work, I was reading it. I love this book. I'm obsessed with this book. You'll hear more about my thoughts in another video, but yeah, I'm obsessed with this book. I think it's like close to 400 pages, and I am a little over halfway through. So, and I haven't read this fast physically in a really long time. It's so compulsively readable. So yeah, I've definitely hit my hour mark today, for sure. And I hit my hour mark yesterday, which was very surprising. So I am starting to get into the rhythm of reading at night again, and I'm starting to really enjoy my time reading at night again, and especially reading this book. It's like exactly what I needed, and this is like exactly why I wanted to do this experiment. Is not only do I love these videos in general, but I really just want that feeling of like picking up a book and getting completely immersed into it, and I just don't do that anymore. I'm genuinely distracted by so many things all the time, and it doesn't help that I like check my phone compulsively, and so it's a me problem. But like, I haven't even been picking up my phone at night. I'll just get my Kindle, which I have learned is the best way for me to read in bed. It's like so cozy to me, and I feel like it makes me less distracted for some reason. So I've always really loved my Kindle, my e-reader in general, but specifically it's because it's easy for me to lay in bed and just read and shut out the world. And that's what I've been wanting. That's what I've wanted back in my life. And I feel like I'm getting there, especially with this book, which makes me really want to pick up The Wicker King. I don't have any interest in Darling, but I do want to pick up The Wicker King now. Hello! It is Sunday, February 13th, 9:46, and the challenge is officially over. Actually, I did read an hour this morning, and it wasn't for this video at all. It's because I'm really into The Weight of the Stars right now, so. I mean, for the most part, I did complete the challenge. There was one day where I did only read for 35 minutes. So like, I failed one day and did good on the rest of the days. But while this was a challenge of reading an hour a day, and technically I failed one day, like the whole point really was to get me to fall back in love with reading. And so as you would have seen through the middle of this video, I had like a big revelation that reading before bed was something that I used to love to do, and I haven't done that in years. So I started to try and do that. And now that's hit or miss for me. Right now, I'm really into it. I'm really loving it, but I fall in and out of habits like nobody's business. So I'm sure for a while I will be doing that, because I definitely think my takeaway from this is that I want to continue reading before bed because I'm really enjoying it right now, but I don't know how long that's gonna last. I hope for a while. I hope it becomes a new habit for me, but I wish I had more to say at the end of this other than like, I'm happy I structured reading time and I learned a lot from structuring reading time, which I did, but I kind of have already talked about it throughout this vlog. I'm really happy I did this. I love watching these types of videos. I love seeing people challenge themselves with their reading. So I'm excited to try this again at some other point and do maybe something different, like the 100 pages. I know Mina just did a video reading 100 pages. Like the day after I started this challenge, she did the reading 100 pages a day. I've seen Books and Lala do challenges like this. I know people do the challenge of like putting away all social media for, I think, a weekend. I don't know if they do it for a week, but like putting away social media or putting away their phone for a day or a weekend and actually like seeing how productive they can be. So I love videos like that. I used to really go down rabbit holes of people doing like water challenges where they drink a gallon of water a week or a month. And yes, I did try to do that too. And it really does make you pee a lot. So anyway, let me know if you like these types of videos. Let me know if you liked this video. Also, let me know, when do you structure reading for yourself? Do you structure reading for yourself? Or are you like me, where I'll just read at any given opportunity and get super distracted the whole time? Anyway, I will talk to y'all later. Bye.